What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carly. I'm a mindset and a life upgrade mentor. I teach you how to rewire thought patterns and change your belief systems about yourself so that you can start creating your desired reality. In this video today, we're going to be talking about you and your self-concept, your self-image, how you view yourself and the relationship that you have with you, and how that is what is directly creating your reality unfolding around you and ultimately creating your destiny. There's going to be some very profound, very life-changing shit in here if you so choose to accept it. So let's get into it. Whether you realize it or not, you have a mental image of yourself that you carry that affects everything that you do. And again, that's whether you are aware of it or not. In some situations, you are conscious of the mental self-image that you hold. In other instances, you are not. So, for example's sake here, okay, let's say you have a self-image and a belief system that you are unattractive. So where that may become conscious is, you're getting ready to go out and you just don't feel attractive. Okay. You're having that actual thought of, I'm unattractive. That's conscious. You're aware of it. But a way that this belief system and this self-image feeling that you are unattractive can show up in an unconscious way that you're not fully aware of is you just don't like social settings and you deem yourself an introvert. You don't like going out. You don't like conversing with people. But really, those are just true because of the underlying belief system that you hold about yourself that you are unattractive. Because you feel that you are unattractive. You don't like going out and socializing with people. You don't like going and putting yourself out there and getting ready to go out because you just are reaffirming those feelings and those thoughts that you are not attractive, which are negative feelings. So, in order to avoid them altogether, you just choose to not go out at all. Now, that's just one example, right? But there are a number of belief systems that you could hold about yourself that are going to have that same impact on you, either consciously or unconsciously. It could be that the success that you want to create for yourself in your life just isn't possible for you. It could be that you are just limited around money. It could be that you are not deserving of a happy, healthy relationship. It could be a number of different things. And that's why limiting beliefs play such a huge role in the action or lack of action that you take or do not take in your life. And ultimately, that is what is causing your reality to unfold around you. Okay. So the way that you think and feel and believe about yourself is going to ultimately lead to an action or not action that you take in your life. And that is ultimately going to lead to the result that you are seeing in your reality. This book is called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, and it is all about the science and studies around how your self-image plays a role in your life. And directly quoted in this book, it says, a human being always acts and feels and performs in accordance with what he imagines to be true about himself and his environment. This is a basic fundamental law of mind. It is the way that we are built. And honestly, it makes perfect sense based on what I just explained, right? What you believe to be true about you and how you feel about yourself is going to have a direct impact on how you show up in your life, and how you show up in your life is going to obviously play a role in how your reality is going to unfold around you. This is why I truly and honestly believe that self-concept work is one of the most powerful, most important things that you can work on and develop in your life. And getting your self-concept to a place where you are holding yourself on the pedestal in your own life, where you are seeing yourself at the highest level of self-worth, that you are deserving, that you can absolutely achieve anything that you want in this lifetime, and that you are worthy and capable of it all, and that there is an unlimited source of abundance that you can tap into so long as you believe that you can tap into it. So long as you believe that it is there, so long that it is you are not entertaining the lack and the scarcity and the fear limited mindsets and lower levels of self-concept. Because when you are there and you are operating from a lower level of self-concept and lower negative vibrational frequencies, you cannot access a reality that is anything greater than that. You are only going to experience in your reality what you are experiencing in your mind, in your belief systems, in your thought patterns, and what is going on internally within you. You cannot have a belief system about yourself that is negative, that you are not worthy, that you are not deserving, that there is lack around you, that you are in any state of scarcity, and have this desire of this abundant, fulfilled, wealthy life where all of your goals and all of your desires are met. How can you expect to reach that when you are not operating at that state? That's not how the universal law of correspondence works. The universal law of correspondence states that whatever is going on internally within you is what is going to directly reflect outward into your external reality. So if you want to see and experience in your 3D a reality where you have all of your desires and needs and goals and achievements and abundance in life met, then you need to believe and see and feel within yourself that you are somebody that can achieve that. That's what you need to do. You need to focus on yourself and focus on strengthening your relationship with yourself and your perception of yourself in this reality. So, the point being here is that you need to focus on creating a self-image and a self-concept within yourself to where you see and view yourself through your thoughts, your feelings, your belief systems, the way that you interact with your reality around you, in total alignment with the version of you who lives in your desired outcome reality. So I want you to think about the version of you who is living in your desired outcome reality. Like I'm talking all of your desires and goals and needs and everything that you want, all of the things that you want to call into your life, that version of you living in it. How do they think? How do they feel? What do they believe about themselves and their lives? How do they interact with the reality around them? How do they show up in their everyday life? How do they wake up in the morning feeling? What does a day in their life look like? That is what you need to start emulating and creating in your reality right now before you see it in your 3D. You need to become it first because the truth of the matter is, you do not need anything in your external reality to show you who you are. In fact, that is actually backwards, and that is how we have been taught. We are always taught to look outside of us to give us validation of who we are. Oh, we have to achieve this if we want to see ourselves as somebody who's successful. Oh, we have to be in a healthy relationship in order to prove that we are deserving of a healthy, harmonious relationship. Oh, we have to drive luxury cars in order to prove that we are rich. No, actually, all of those feelings of worth and deservingness and validation can be created within you without anything outside of you needing to show you anything. You can decide right now that you are worthy, that you are deserving, that you are abundant, that a life of luxury is yours, that you are capable of achieving anything that you've ever set out to desire in this life. You are worthy of a healthy relationship. You are deserving of achieving your greatest achievement in your business or in your career, whatever it may be. All of it is possible for you, and all of it is just waiting for you to tap into the alignment of it. And once you start believing that and leaning into that, then that is when you will start to see your 3D external reality shift to be in alignment with that. And it all starts within your self-concept and your decision to decide to start believing that to be true, to stop telling the old story that has created the current version of you right now, because your current self-concept and your current level of self-image and your belief systems and your thought patterns and your feelings have led you to here, where you are right now. And if where you are right now is not where you want to be, then the first place that you should be checking is your self-concept. What needs to change in there? What needs to be filled in the gap between who you are right now and the version of yourself who has all their desires and needs met and fulfilled? Now, I know the next question is going to be, well, Carly, how do I do that? How do I change my self-concept? How do I change my belief systems to be in alignment with the version of myself that I want to be in the life that I want to live? And I'm going to tell you that right here, right now. What you need to do is be so dedicated to the new story of the new identity that you are creating for yourself to where you show up for it consistently and you create a routine in your life from this moment moving forward to where you are no longer telling your old story and you are now adopting the routines and the habits and the thoughts and the emotions and the belief systems of the upgraded version of yourself who has their highest self-concept. And that is something that you show up for and you do every day. Now, I know the next thing you're going to say, because it's one of the most common objections when it comes to any type of identity shifting work, is, oh, but I'm going to feel like such a fraud. It's going to feel fake in the beginning. Oh, but like, obviously, I don't believe that. So, like, what? Am I just supposed to start telling myself these new beliefs of my new self? Yeah. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to actually do that over and over and over again until you believe it, until it becomes your default setting. Okay? Like the only reason that you believe what you believe right now is because that is the story that you've been telling yourself over and over and over again. And what you need to ask yourself is why you want to hold on to telling yourself an old story of your old belief systems that are not taking you to where you want to go in life. Why are you clinging on to those so hard? Why is it such a concept for you to be like, oh, well, I can't possibly tell myself these new belief systems because I don't believe them. Yeah, you don't believe them because you're too busy telling yourself the old story. What if you gave yourself permission to release the old story and release the old belief systems? And that's where you start in your process. You say, I am giving myself permission to no longer tell myself the old outdated story that is not taking me where I want to go in my life. And I am now making myself open to accepting new belief systems that are going to take me to where I want to go in my desired outcomes and my desired reality. That's where you start. You make yourself open to releasing the old and adopting the new, and you show up for this version of you every single day. You become aware of the times in your day and through your life where you are hearing the old story come up, and you catch those moments in real time and you say, okay, this is a thought that I'm having that's in alignment with the old self. How would my upgraded self approach this situation? How would my upgraded self think or feel or believe about this? And then you say, okay, that's what I'm going to choose now. And when you do that consistently with repetition over time, you will start to notice that that will become your default setting. You're no longer having to go through the process of actually plugging in the new belief systems because you're now adopting the new belief systems as your own. And those are what will just automatically begin to come up for you. And here's the coolest part, okay? This shift will happen as quickly as you allow it to. Just because it takes consistency and repetition doesn't mean that it has to take a long time. It really is all about your level and your willingness to adopt these new belief systems and the way that you show up for it, okay? A lot of people, let's be real, they watch a self-concept video or they watch a personal development video or they watch, some kind of like mindset, change my life, change my reality manifestation video, and they're like, oh, wow, okay, that's a really cool concept, but do you actually commit to it? Do you actually show up for it as if, like, hey, if I really truly show up to this for 30 days, my life will fully change? If you knew that, if you knew for a fact at the end of 30 days, if you showed up for your new self concept with consistency and repetition, and you made it a top priority in your life to where it was a part of your routine every single day and you made time for it, if you knew that that result was going to get you to your desired reality, would you do it every day for 30 days? Yeah, you would. So why aren't you moving like that? Because that's literally going to happen at the end of 30 days. You have to show up as the upgraded version of you if you want this to work. You can't just watch one video, be inspired for 8 hours, go to sleep, wake up, boom, now you're back in the patterns of your old self. No, you have to commit to being the upgraded version of yourself and embodying that every day until it becomes who you are. And then you start repeating the patterns and the routines through the self concept of your upgraded self. And when you go through life with the self concept of your upgraded self, then your upgraded reality will start unfolding around you to match that. So that's what I got for y'all today. Thank you all so much for watching. Definitely take some time to let everything in this video sink in, and let this video also be your sign to get really clear on what the upgraded version of your self-concept is so that you can actually take what I'm saying in this video and apply it to your life. Because when you have a clear image and a clear self-concept of the upgraded version of yourself, then you're going to have a clearer path of how you need to show up every day for the next 30 days. And when you start seeing results in your life after these 30 days, I want you to come back to this video and leave a comment and tell me how much your life has improved and what you've been able to see unfold in your reality around you. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.